Nigerians have resorted to Twitter, for instance.
Yeah, it's going a long way.
Inside Mainland said, police asked me to pay 10,000 naira to arrest those who robbed me. And
sometimes they tell you they don't have.
Really do
you blame the police? Sometimes they say they don't have fuel to drive their trucks. The DPO sends them out to get money so that the station can be alive. But these are supposed to be some functions where the local government ought to serve them. But few years ago, the rights and powers of local governments have been taken over by state governments. Every revenue that comes, they have to go cap in hands to the state government and now give them piecemeal. So those are the challenges we have. Even today's security in Lagos, you cannot compare it with security a few years ago. Today in Lagos, when people were afraid, last month everything were up and doing, we needed to start all over. Beggars are coming back to the street of Lagos. Lawlessness is now becoming the order of the day. You want to build in Lagos now, the area boys who were hiding before, they're all out now demanding that, hey, you have to give us 500,000 naira. This street is Ogunlano Street. My father's name is Ogunlano. And this is government-acquired areas. But what you want, who will protect you? They damage your property? My brother, apart from prayers and ourselves, because it says heaven helps those who help themselves, this country, and what is going to help us, which we should give it to President Buhari, is the firmness. A weakling can never rule any tier of government in this country. They will ride you over. If you're weak, if you're clueless, if you're shoeless, you're on your own. You're on your own.
There. The picture Tokunbo is painting is
it's a gory picture. Gory picture. What is it?
Okay, he has taken the word. But is there hope? Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Absolutely, yes. I convene an organization called Buharian Culture Organization, and I'm talking always from the citizens' perspective. We have all these laws that are non-functioners. We have leaders who have no capacity, and we have a new leader now who has taken leadership by the mantle, and we as citizens have to rise and support the system.
But if
we have to play our part.
If the citizens rise to support, Tokunbo talked about the people around him.
Yes.
When he talked about the vice president chairing the NEC meeting,
yes,
the people around him were just looking at him and saying, he's speaking grammar. The vice president and the president, these are Tokunbo's words, right?
Yes.
The vice president and the president are people of integrity, but the circle around them may not be.
Absolutely. That is the point.
So how would the citizens help?
Yes. So in our own little way, we have provided numbers to call Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and English. You have any issue, things like this. There is a woman that went to the hospital in Zamfara, all the way in Zamfara, and she said she's not feeling the movement of the baby. She went to the hospital. The lab attendant had administered a sonogram to check the baby, and found out that the baby is dead in her. But gave her the certificate or whatever that they gave to her and said she should come back on Monday. And this happened on Friday. She should carry the dead baby in her and come back on Monday. So she was helpless, crying. When she was going, she met somebody on the way who happens to be part of our organization, told her the story, and the woman called. In fact, the person he told has a sister that belongs to our organization who has traveled to US on a vacation. He called the sister there. The sister calls back to the organization, and we sent people there with the media. We called the chairman and the local government councillor, and all of them went to look for that woman, of course, very poor, living in a remote area. They went, bring her back to the hospital, make sure that what's supposed to be done is done for her. We send her some relief materials, just very little that we can afford. Then we shine a social media light on this. The nurse, as I understand, have been fired, and we are still working on it for her certificate to be you know, she can easily go to another place and start working. We want her certificate to be revoked from her, so that at least for like a year she will not be able to go to another place to work. And we have set an example that when you do what is wrong, people can do something by calling the right people to act. This is where I'm coming from citizens' perspective. We are doing a lot. When I was coming from Abuja at the airport, I couldn't see any trash. This is a heavy traffic airport where people, a lot of, I don't have the statistics of how many people that travels a day through this airport. It's littered because I held on to my bottle, going all over the place, looking for where to put trash. We also have a program that we just did on the street of Abuja, carrying children, teaching them not to litter and to make the environment cleaner. So we went around the street. I didn't know this such an issue, very heavy issue, when an airport where the visitors, the investors are coming, can see such amount of filth, dirt. They have nowhere to throw their trash. Lagos, yeah, they are doing well compared to Abuja. Abuja, it has a lot of people dropping things all over because there is nowhere to put trash. This is one of the campaigns we are carrying. We have different kind of campaigns that we do. So this is from the perspective a citizen can help the government and the system to be in place. Where we have rules, you know, too many of them, if I can say, but they are non-functional. When you give the right to judge, to accuse, and to administer penalty instantly on the street, that is nothing far from jungle justice. That is what we are doing. When you see those who are driving, the vendors don't do stop all this hawking on the street. They chase after them. When they catch them, they collect money from them, and then they let them go. Is that a process?
Okay.
This is where the citizens. We have also taken up that.
We have to close. Talking about a quick one as we're winding down. Someone asked a question. This is. GTA says, what is the position of the law as regards civil servants with private companies they use to siphon public funds?
Well, at the time, I think there was a change in the law that allowed them private practice. Even if you're in the civil service, you could engage in private, but subject to some terms and conditions. But
there was one about divided interest.
Well, divided interest is where you're there in the civil service and it's your company coming to get the contract. For instance,
that happens all the time.
Well, topic for another day.
All right, thank you very much. We've been looking at corruption, the war against corruption, with particular focus on the civil service. We lost Mr. Okechukwu there. We lost the signal, but we do have him on the phone. Mr. Okechukwu, as we wind down, let's get your closing statement. What would you have to say as we wind down?
Thank you very much. I have to restate once more that we have started the journey, the foundation, fanatical, and moral society that all will require is all Nigerians to support President Muhammad Buhari, because the foundation has already said and no going back. All those who feel that he is not fighting the corruption broadly should get reassured that even those of us who are in APC, none of us, if we are corrupt, that will escape. And the good thing is that those who have been investigated had not told the world that they did not steal the Nigerian fund. What they are saying is that the investigation should be expanded. And this, I'm sure, in no distance time, there is no corrupt person. The whistleblowers should be encouraged to move into action. I understand from distinguished Senator Dino Melaya that the Senate, the 80th Senate is going to revamp the Whistleblowers Act. And even before then, we have the Freedom of Information Act, which anybody could utilize to know the civil servants or public servants or whoever that violates the ICPC Act, the Code of Conduct, the EFCC Act, or the Nigerian Police Act. I think we have started the foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Okechukwu. We've been speaking with Osita Okechukwu, an APC chieftain who joined us from our studios in Abuja. We lost the signal there, but we got him back just while he was on the phone. But thank you. Also joining us was Hajia Miriam Yakubu, a community activist. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Tokumbo Udutola, a legal practitioner and social commentator. Thank you for coming.
I thought you were going to ask us our final words.
I thought you had given your final words. You have one more final word?
Yeah.
In 10 seconds.
Well, Nigerians, we should be prepared. The Nigerian law generally, there should be a review. And I want us to review back to Obafemi Awolowo, who said that the Nigerian economy, it's like the Nigerian society is like a cow, where few hold on to the cow and the strongest comes to milk. Take away the milk. That must stop. And remember, look at the generation of all those who have been acquiring the public wealth and commonwealth. Where are they today? It's either their sons are wearing dreadlocks, walking on the street, or they're accusing themselves, my father slept with my daughter, all sorts of nonsense. You cannot trace their generation. So, put a stop, brother and sister.
Okay, Miriam, you want to say something?
Yes. Again, from the citizens' perspective, I just want to tell the Nigerian people that this is the time to not stand on the side and make sure you play your part. We are playing our part. You can look up to us, look for us on internet, and then try to be part of us, and also start your own and help the administration do the best.
They should be part of the change.
Yes, the change we sought for.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sunrise will be back in a moment. Don't go away.